their computer today, but I am going to go live. I'm actually out of town right now with the family. And I have something that I want to hit on a little bit, that I've got some guys that have been struggling. I've got some guys that have been doing really good and succeeding. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I feel, how I'm going to keep growing, and how I'm going to help you grow too. And so, what started this was Big Joe is here in first one. And so, what started this prompt was the picture that I used tonight was from a guy that he came to one of my first in person Christmas light classes a long time ago. And this is a guy that is not your typical business owner, right? He wasn't dealt a fair hand of cards to him, you could say. But this guy has heart. And sometimes people don't have heart. And he has been in business for a long time. And so JG wants to join the thing. I don't know if that's me or not. I hope not. Someone wanting to join. But this is something that has me thinking of myself and the struggles that people have to do this. And so this is reason why I want to hit on this tonight. So here's what it is. So the guy I'm talking about, he came to my class. I actually put his rig up. He has been messaging me this week. He's been working on his rig. Now, this is a person that he did my Christmas light class, and he also did my in-person class for pressure washing. And this guy is a guy that has heart. He's a guy that um, he's a guy that he 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 has ADD, like ADD, HD, whatever, all the other things that go along with it. And so he actually is a guy that he his brain like goes 150 miles an hour, right? He's one of these types of people like that. And so the thing that I love about him is he has heart, right? He has the heart to do this. He's been in business or trying to grow his business for about 3 years. Now, within those 3 years, I'm going to tell you a little bit of his struggles. And he's got some big struggles. Like, he's had some major struggles. Some of you think you all have had some struggles, but this here is really, really big struggles. Like, I want you to put some of your struggles down. So then that way I am going to tell you some of his struggles, right? And so some of his struggles are um, about a year or two ago, his van burned to the ground. Like, all his equipment in it, all his pressure washing equipment, everything in this van burnt to the ground. There was nothing salvageable for it. There was no if you guys keep asking to join this live, I'm going to let you join it, and then we can start talking too. Um, I don't know how it's happening or what, but people are asking to join this live, and I put it on the very beginning here, and I don't know how to get it off there. So I'm not even seeing your comments. I have ADD or ADHD, BLOQ, and so he has so much going against him. Right, his van burnt down to the ground, and then he gets some more equipment, and then he totals his next truck. He totals his next truck, like, totals it. And so then I think he even lost a bunch of equipment then. And so now he finally built this rig, and he is one that gives it his all his heart. He actually worked for a nursing home, like with patients, making like 10, 12, $13 an hour. And so he's trying to grow his business. The thing that I love about him is he doesn't just come to my training. He learns a lot from Grant Cardone. He learns a lot about sales. He learns a lot about different things, but yet he's still struggling with what he's doing here, right? He still struggles with growing his business. He is one that has struggled and struggled and struggled. And he's been going on for about 3 to 4 years. Actually, it's been longer than that, because when he came to my Christmas light class, it was in 2018 when I had sold my pressure washing business. So It was in 2018. So we're talking 5 years he's been doing this. Now, has he made $100,000? No, he hasn't. Has he done everything that he needs to? Well, probably not, but he's done what he could for him. And where you're like, Jason, where are you going with this? So here's where I'm going with this at right here. This is what I want to hit on. This is my point. I love helping people get to $1 million. I got two people that are going to hit it this year that I know for sure that I've been a very instrumental part of them hitting $1 million. I talk about Jeremy Main last year. There's probably a 99% chance he's going to do $1 million in 2023. I've talked about Chris Johnson. We talk a lot, and there's a really good chance he's going to do $1 million this year. I've helped a lot of you hit $100,000. I've seen Nathan Brinker. He hit $100,000 last year, 22, 23 years old. And so it kind of comes down to what is my heart, right? What what makes me happy? What makes Jason Guyman happy at the end of the day? What is the thing that sets me on fire? And I was thinking about it. And here's the deal, guys. I'll be honest. I have not been doing as well as I wanted to already. Like I'm behind than I was last year. And so as I've kind of sit back and see what my vision is and what my goal is, my goal, not to say that I'm not going to help people get to the 100,000 or the half a million dollars. I love helping that success story. I love taking you guys to the next level. I love helping you. That is what I love to do. You know, but my real goal is to see people like Jacob to be able to do $100,000. The people that are struggling maybe or needs a little bit of hand. Now, is there as much money for me in there? Probably not. But I love helping people, right? And you might say, well, because I know there's a lot of gurus out here in YouTube of it's all about me making money. It's not. I mean, do I have to make a living? Yes. If I don't make a living, then I got to go find me a job and or start me another business, right? I love helping you guys hit your dreams, and I love helping you guys do things that you never thought you could do. You know, I love helping you guys get to a level where you would never have gone possibly before. And I might be completely wrong, but if I've helped you, put it in the comments. I would appreciate it that you would let me know. Um, and I'm not doing this just for a yay, Jason. Actually, I've had two people give me really good testimonials this week, and I haven't even asked for them. And one of them was Jacob. One of them was Jacob that he got his rig done. He's got it all together and he's ready to start pressure washing this year. The other one was Nick Nutter. Nick Nutter, he's a guy out of Pennsylvania, out of the Pittsburgh area. He has started his growing his business. And you know what I love about his success story? He's getting a new shop. The shop cost him 3 grand a month. 3 grand a month just for a shop. But that's because he's going to 2 and 3 trucks that he's running out of that area. And I didn't ask him for this. It's actually in my Facebook group. I'll probably make a short video of it eventually. It's awesome to see people start their business from nothing and grow it and hit a half a million, $1 million. And it can be possible. It's not rocket science, but it is something that you have to do. And then lastly, I want to hit on one other person, and I'm proud of him. And it's hard work. And it's going to be hard and it's not going to be easy. And I'm going to hit on this one pretty hard. He's been in my membership for a while. He's been wanting to go full time for a long time. He hates his job and he has struggled to be able to get the phone to ring. He has struggled to get jobs closed. He has struggled. He has had mental blocks. He has had things of saying that he's not good enough. And he's had things in his head that saying you're not good enough. And this dude is an awesome dude. And he sent me a message and he said, I'm taking a break from my full time job and I'm going to go for it. And this is what I'm going to say to you. And I'm not going to say his name, but this is what I'm sure you will listen to this video. If not, I will tag you in this video. This is what I'm going to say to you. And this is what, and if you're like this person and you want to go full time and it's hard and you want to be able to do these things, this is what I'm going to say to you. This is, if I'm talking to you, you can say you're talking to me, right? But go for it. Do it. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. You know, I think I seen Savannah and Andrew in the comments here. They hit 500, $600,000. It's not easy. It's hard, guys. It's hard to hit that 100,000. But this is what I'm going to say. If you're not banging on doors, if you're not doing things to grow your business, then don't complain when you fail, right? I had a guy message me today and he was like, Jason, um, I do all this work and my phone's ringing and I'm not closing no jobs. I said, how many jobs are you closing, right? How many jobs are you closing? And he's like, man, I'll get 10 calls and I close 1 to 3. And I say, and this is my thing, know your numbers. Know how many calls you get and how many jobs you give estimates and how many jobs do you make money off or how many do you close. Don't give me this 1 to 3. Austin Wilford, if you keep pushing, I'm going to let you come on here. You might not want to come on here. um, but this is what I want to say about this person here is just do it. It's going to be hard work. You got to do hard things. You know, in my membership last week, in the membership, not the mentorship, in the membership, on my live Zoom call, we did sales scripts and it was terrible. Some of them were amazing and some of them was terrible. You know, closing jobs isn't just about getting the phone to ring. You know, I was talking to Chris Johnson, and a lot of you all know Chris Johnson. He's going to do $1 million this year. I believe 100% he's going to do $1 million. He's going to do $110,000 in May. In May alone, $110,000. And he said, and this is something that I want you to listen to. He said, Jason, if you would have got me all these leads a year ago, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I've grown and I've done things to help me set myself apart. And I've said this before. A lot of times it's not just getting the phone to ring, it's how do you answer it? What's your sales process? Do you walk people through that sales process? Are you good at that sales process? Do you need to work on that sales process? Do you suck at sales? Do you suck at customer service? Do you suck at answering your phone? Do you suck at any of those things? And I would say most majority of you do. I'm sorry to tell you, I suck at it. You email me, it might be day to get email back. It might be a week before I email back. But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do things, but sometimes it's hard and it's hard in business. And I never said this is easy. But one thing that I will tell you is you have to take action and you got to make things happen. And when you do these things, you will change your life. I promise you. I promise you. Will it be hard? Absolutely be hard. You know how I know it'll be hard? Because it's hard for me. I'm struggling. I'll be honest. I'm not where I want to be at. I've had to shift. I've had to do different things, right? I have to do something that I hate doing. You want to know what I hate doing? I'm going to tell you what I hate doing. I love this part of my business. I love helping you on these Sunday Night Lives. I love answering your questions and stuff like that. I really do. It gives me pumped up. You know what I hate doing? I hate making the how-to videos because every other Tom, Dick, and Harry makes these how-to videos, and all it is a way that people suckers people in so they can buy their course and make a bunch of money off people, and they don't give them crap. I'm going to be honest with you. That's what it literally is, and I hate doing those videos. I've got hundreds of those videos, and I hate it. I love helping you. Now, this is seeing a drop because we got every Tom, Dick, and Harry out here making these videos, and my videos aren't getting shown as much from my old videos. So now I'm having to shift. I'm having to learn things. I'm having to take classes. I to grow my business so that I can help you, right? I want to help you. I want to help you grow. But I also have to stay in business or I won't be helping you grow. And so this is something that I love doing, but I love doing this, but I got to do hard things that I don't always love. And so you got to do the same thing. You know, I'm actually reading this book. It's called The Six Geniuses, The Six Working Geniuses. And in this book, it talks about, you're good at two things and you suck at two things. Well, one of the things that I suck at is I suck at getting that task done to the end. I'm not very good at it. I don't do very good at it. And so this is something that I have to work at. And so these are things that I have to do. And one of them is making you videos. I've got tons of videos for you, but I haven't made sure that I've worked it all the way to the end to get it done, right? I haven't done the things. What are some things that you haven't done that you know that you need to do? This person I'm talking about earlier that was struggling, and he's going to go full time, and he wants me to hold him accountable. And this is what I'm going to say to that. You know, when we have Monday night marketing meetings, you need to be talking in those Monday night marketing meetings. When I ask for someone to give a script, you need to be like, I'll do it, even if it sucks. Because I don't do this to show that you suck. I do it for two reasons. One, it helps you. It helps you get comfortable to be able to talk in front of people. And the second thing is I want other people to critique you, not just Jason bashing you, because I want them to give a good and I want them to give a bad, right? I want them to give you a good thing. What did you do good in it? And what did you need to work on, right? And when we work on these things will get better. And the way to get better too is if you suck at it, get online, get on this phone right here and just talk, right? Just talk to people. That's all you have to do is talk to people to make this stuff happen. So let's see if I can see my comments here. Live chat. Um, your old videos aren't that great quality video, but quality content do better than new ones, I think. You know, my videos, my journey. Um, you sorry for signing on late. We have 3 full-time techs and just hired 3 assistant techs. I've got my new sales guy starting in 2 weeks. Just bought my second sales car. We have finished first month with $104,000. God has been good to me, or good too, right? And this is what happens when you start working your business. My close rate is 21%. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that story, right? I forgot to talk about that story. How to deal with objections, because that is my weak most starting point out. So I'll hit on both those. First off, so he was like, back to my story of his close rate sucks. He says his close rate. He's like, well, I close 1 in 3 out of 10. Well, I'm like, is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Or is it what is it? None. Because if it's 3 out of 10, that's not a bad close rate if your average ticket is high and you're making money, right? We want it to be a little bit better than that, but we don't want a 75% close rate. And this is why it's important that we track this stuff. And here's the thing, a lot of times, those first 10, I always tell people in the Christmas light business, the first 10 that customers that you don't get, but when you get to 20, you'll have 4. Because in pressure wash or in Christmas lights, it's a 20% close rate, 15 to 20% close rate. So you only get 2 out of 10. But when you get to 20, you'll have 4, right? And the purpose of this is you get better as you do this. You will get better and better and better and better. And that's the most important thing that you need to look at when you're doing this. That is how you're able to start this pressure washing business. That's how you're able to grow this pressure washing business. That's how you're able to get this business to the next level. Here, I want to let's talk. Let's back up a step here and let's talk about Chris a little bit. Chris was cheap. Chris has been in business for 20 years almost, part time, on and off, not making no money until he's got real with himself and started making money, right? He got real and started charging enough. He got real and started working on his business and not in his business. These are things that we need to do so that way we can do this. So, how do you work on your business? Let's talk about the objections. If you get objections, and let's just take for instance, I need to talk to my wife. If you haven't wrote down what you're going to say and play this in your head and play it in video and listen to it 100 times, then you're going to lose every time. You're going to be like, let me talk to my spouse. Okay, click, bye, job, because you ain't getting that job because you didn't work on that objection. Instead of saying, oh, okay, Mrs. Jones, is there anything I can do? Is there a way that you can call him and we can do a three-way phone call? Is there any way that I can call him so that way you don't forget what all this information is, right? We can do this and have this down so that way you can make sure that you are getting those people and not losing them. Or maybe you're too expensive. Okay, what's too expensive, ma'am? Right? What? Ask questions. Know what they're. A lot of times when we're selling pressure washing, we're going to get these questions, and we're not going to have no. We're not going to have to overcome them. We're not going to overcome them because we're selling pressure washing. But when we sell customer service, when we sell, um, when we sell people, when we sell when we sell amazing customer service, and we sell that, and we don't sell pressure washing. We sell on pain points, and we figure out what their pain point is, and we ask what their pain point is, and we do that. That is how we won't have to ask and overcome those objections because we will already know their objections, right? If the price is too high, we'll probably figure that out in asking the questions. When we're asking questions and they say, whatever question is, and you're just kind of talking and chit chatting, and they're like, yeah, I've done called 5 other people. Well, guess what? Are you price shopping? Probably. But here's the thing about that, just because they're price shopping, a lot of these people don't answer the phone. I hear it all the time. Man, I've called 5 other people. Nobody ever answers their phone. You're the first person to answer the phone. Guess what? That objection comes when they say your price is too high. Also, you want to hire one of those people that didn't answer your phone call, that when you have issues, they're not going to answer their phone call again. And now you're just screwed, right? We're going to use that for us. We're not going to use that against us. We're going to use that objection for us. We're not going to be like, oh, we're too high. Okay, bye. Sorry, I that's my price. Jason said don't come down. That's my price. No. What what can you do to overcome that objection? When we know that information that they've called 5 other people and nobody else answered their phone, guess what? They want it done. We're going to get it done for you. We're going to make it happen. How are we going to make it happen? By showing up, by answering our phone. Mrs. Jones, if you call me again, I'll answer it then too. If you call me next week, I'll answer my phone. If you call me a month from now, I'll answer my phone. I will answer my emails. I will answer my texts. I am a person that I am going to answer my phone. Did you know the number one thing in your business is answering your phone? That's the number one thing in your business. It's the most important thing you can do is answer your phone. And you might think that's the dumbest thing Jason ever said, but that is the most important thing that you can do. Ask them what would it take for you to justify that price. It's usually the wife that calls. Yep. And that's why I like to put a female on the phone call because females sell better to females. They don't feel, when us men, they feel intimidated, right? Because we talk about pressure washing. We talk about we're going to use this soft wash system. We've got $100,000 worth of equipment. She cares 2 cents about your $100,000 worth of equipment. She has a dirty house and she wants it clean. Her pain is her husband ain't out there doing it, and I want it done. That's a lot of times they're paying. Or I have a party coming this weekend, or I have a party next weekend, or whatever their pain might be. I have a wedding this week. I have something that I want this clean and I want it done. Anyone can do this if they stay hungry, 100%. Don't ever stop learning. The yahoos that I see, people are like, I know everything about pressure washing. Bull crap. I don't even know everything about pressure washing. There's so much technology coming out, and I know some of you guys, you know, I was talking about the guy that was has ADD, ADHD, whatever, and he struggles, and I also hear it from, I'm too old for that technology stuff. I'm technology stupid. Well, guess what? These young kids are going to outsmart you and outwork you and do things. And you know what? I used to use that same BS too. But you know what? There's things out there that made life a lot easier for me. If you haven't found it, I'm going to give you a tip. It's called Chat GPT or Bard by Google. It'll make it'll make the most dumbest person look amazing. It makes me look amazing. It'll make you look amazing too. But you have to do it. You can call it lazy. You can call it whatever. I'm going to call it whatever it is. I'm going to call it lazy, is what it is. That you don't want to do it. You're not good enough to do it. I'm too good to do that. You have to do these things. You have to do hard things. You have to, if you can't do it, you got to figure it out. You got to find somebody that can do it for you. And this is the most important thing that you can do to keep your business growing, to keep it getting to the level of wherever you want it to go at. That is the most important part, right? Where do you want it to grow at? Where do you want to grow to? Have you written down your vision? Have you done that? Um, you have opinions on Next Insurance. I'm trying to find some good insurance to use here in Michigan. I wouldn't use Next. I haven't heard much good out of it. I don't know, but I haven't heard a lot of people being like, Next is the best thing I ever used since sliced bread. I haven't seen that. Jason, I just booked an $800 house wash and a $250 window cleaning for a 10 by 10 deck. See, Caleb, he can have all kind of excuses. You old screwballs could have excuses that you're too old. Caleb could have one that he's too young. Caleb's 16 years old, 1-6, 16 years old, and closed $1,050 job. Don't give me excuses, right? No excuses. Solutions. Don't give me excuses, give me solutions. And here's the thing, guys, quit talking negative to yourself. That is a huge thing that a lot of people deal with, and I deal with it. I wake up in the morning and be like, man, I'm still tired. Well, I just told myself I'm tired. Be positive. It does make a difference, a big difference. Erie is the best insurance I have found. I'm in Maryland, $800 a month. There is a lot of people that do use Erie. Call one of the brokers. We just hired a VA for our after hours and weekends calls. This is a learning curve. Yep. I cannot find anyone else who knows about it. I don't, about what? Let's see. You have opinions. Yep, I already answered. Jason, I have two. I have to get better at package deals. I give too much away. Big Rob, I'm gonna hit on you tonight. You want to hit $100,000, you got to get your packages. You have to do your packages. If you want to do $100,000, and I know you want to do $100,000, you have to do your packages. Packages are the most important thing that you can do. Where to get business cards? Moneybushes.com. You can get them there. moneybushes.com. They're pretty cheap. Business cards are super cheap. But you have to get your average ticket up. How do we get our average ticket up? By offering everything. You know, I see people that have $2,000 average tickets. I've got clients of mine that got $1,500 average tickets. I've got clients of mine that have $300 average ticket. You know what the difference is? One offer packages and the other one doesn't. The one goes in, and then when Miss Jones calls and say, "I need a house wash," all right, $400. Where the other person, a lot of my people go in and they say, "Oh, you need a house wash, Miss Jones? Oh, here's $4,000 ticket. Here's $4,000. Here's everything: gutter guards, roof clean, driveway sealing, window cleaning, the whole 9 yards." That's package A. Package B is window cleaning, driveway cleaning, the whole 9 yards. And package C is a house wash and um, exterior window cleaning and a driveway cleaning. Oh, you just wanted the house wash? Oh, that's way down here at package F, right? That's the package F price, and that's $450. So if you're not giving them offers and you're not giving them packages, you're losing money. You're losing a lot of money. And this is something that a lot of people, it's hard for them to understand, but this is definitely something that you have to do. And a lot of times when I start working with people, they're like, "My average ticket is $250." I got a guy in my mentorship that I'm struggling and struggling for him to raise his prices. He is so hard to raise his prices. He's a carpet cleaner. And here's the deal, guys. I know where he lives at. I know what he does. You know, I've got another customer in that same area that is already done over $100,000 in his area pressure washing part time, 4 to 6 hours a week on the weekend, every other on Saturday and Sunday. I'm actually going to go eat dinner with them next weekend. They're coming up here to Cincinnati and they're taking me out to dinner. And so this is what I'm talking about. I see so many people struggling and so many people that they can't do it. But at the end of the day, there's no difference in the two different people. It's just one is willing to ask for and give them everything and not sell on pressure washing, where the other one is selling on pressure washing. One's selling on, we do pressure washing and I'm going to pressure wash it and I got all this $10,000 worth of equipment. Again, people don't care about your $10,000 worth of equipment. People don't care about your equipment. People, you know, something that I seen in one of the groups, somebody was said that they said that you're too high. Well, I'm too high for making $500 an hour because I have you bought all this equipment. I have gotten training to know how to do it properly. I'm keeping your property protected. I have insurance. I have a person answering the phone. I have these systems, and this is why it is important that we do this so that way you can keep moving, right? You want to keep moving and not stop. Um, if the customer has a pretty clean property, but they still want it clean, I love this one. This one, I've been getting it a lot lately, and I don't understand why you guys worry about how clean a freaking house is. Who cares how clean the freaking house is? Go clean it. They want it cleaned. I've had a bunch of people here lately. Well, I had to make sure they don't care. Them are your best customers because they'll buy you from you every 6 months because they want a perfectly clean house. I bet you go inside, you could literally eat off the toilet. It's so clean in their house. And they want the outside of their house that clean. But you guys sit there and freaking worried to death about, oh, this house was clean. You know, DJ went cleaned two houses last year that literally it was spotless. It had a couple bugs on it. But and you know what? And he charged all this money for it. And guess what? They called back again this year and wanted it again. It was like a $1,200-$1,500 job. And he was worried about it last year. Quit worrying about how clean somebody wants their house. Go clean it. They have a housemaid come once a week. I bet you. They might even have someone that comes twice a week. You've got to quit worrying about how clean this house is when you show up. That's great. I love a clean house. We don't want dirty houses. We don't want dirty, nasty houses. I know that sounds stupid, but we want clean houses. That's who the people we want, because they'll call us back year after year after year after year. People a lot of times they'll be like, man, Jason, I'm going to go to this subdivision. Every house on the street is dirty. Don't go to that subdivision. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do, because nobody's cleaning their houses. Go to the places where they're cleaning all houses and all the houses are clean. That's where you want to go get business at, because they keep their stuff clean. They don't wait till it gets so dirty, nasty, and you can't see nothing. Go clean those houses that are already clean. That's where we want to go at. It's nice. We live and still have signs out from last year. How often do people wash their car? Exactly. Yeah, it's funny how others stay, but ours don't. Um, I put some out night, and 2 days later, almost everyone of them are gone. You go put out more, and you go put out more. I've cleaned homes. They see the dirt you don't see. Customer like my equipment. We mostly the truck. I put 2 signs out and got a letter. That sucks. That's right. It's ridiculously cleaned it up. Wildcat has a guy that only pulls signs, all of them. If the customer has a pretty clean house, how do we not lose the customer? You don't, because they want it clean. The house I cleaned that was part of historical society was perfect all over. Scratched my head, felt bad. Um, about bidding it. She says, "Wow, look how great. See you next year." Exactly. You know, and that's the same thing with the people that I know that have done this, right? They clean it and they'll come out and be like, "Man, that's amazingly clean." It's like, yeah, I didn't even have to put bleach on it. It literally just spray a little bit and they're just amazed how clean it is. Quit worrying about how clean it is. Here's another one that came up this week in the pressure washing group. If someone comes out and says, "Man, and you might have effed it up, and you put lines in it and you couldn't get them out," and they come out and they're like, "Man, that is amazing. Look how awesome it is." Don't be like, "Yeah, but look at those lines. I screwed those lines up right there. I couldn't get them out." Don't be that person. If they say something about it, fine. I got to fix it. If they don't say nothing, let them go. Why do I want to poop on their parade? Why do I want to poop on my parade? I want to be like, "Man, that is amazing. You're right, dude. It looks awesome." You know, this is something that, yeah, exactly. You're ready to cut. You're ready to have suicide by you going out there, and I've seen it. Like some of them, I'm like, that you did screw it up pretty bad. But some of them, I'm like, you're nitpicking this thing so far apart that nobody is even going to see this stuff, not even have a clue what it is. Some people might like lines. That's why they do lines in the grass, because it's whatever to them, right? There's things that you got do and make sure that you're not screwing up. Now, if you screw something up and you break it and do that, then honestly come forward about it. But if it looks amazing and they come out and they're just wild and they're just like, "This is the best job ever," let it be. Don't be being like, "Man, I know you're so excited, but those lines right there, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know how to get them up." Well, guess what? They know about the lines and now they're not happy. And this is why you don't do that. So don't do that. If you've done that, don't do that. I thought about maybe offering homes on busy corners, trash can washout for them to put a yard sign out on the road. If it's a big sign, for me, it's the lichens that are high up I can't get to, that nobody can see usually. My customers are amazed how clean their houses are afterwards. I afterwards, and they become my repeat customers. How do you manage time? Well, that's a great question, and I suck at it. But the best way to manage time is write it on your calendar. Write out time for you, write out time for doing estimates, write out time to do marketing, write out time when to take the wife on a date, write out time, schedule time on the calendar for you to play with your kids, that you and be involved in your kids. But if you don't write out that time and you don't schedule it, it won't happen. And actually, the reason why I've been listening to a bunch of people this week on time management, Peterson he talks a lot about it on YouTube. And so I've been listening to a lot of his videos lately. And it is definitely something that you have to do is to write it out. If you don't schedule it, it's kind of like money and budgeting. If you don't budget your money, it's gone and you don't know where it went. And so some of it is here's one of the biggest time sucks that you have on your phone. If you have all your notifications on your phone, turn them off, every one of them. Turn off every notification you have on your phone. Because if you see Facebook has notifications, it's a time suck. You're going to go in there and you might say, Jason, I'd use it for business. Bull crap. Because I guarantee you, if you look up in your battery, you'll see that most of your time spent on there is stuff that you wasn't supposed to be doing. And you've let time suck come, and that's not a good thing. And so this is why it is important that we schedule that time out. You know, don't schedule emails out that you go look at them all day long. Schedule them out at 9 o'clock and put them at 3 o'clock. Don't go looking at your emails any other time before that. Because if you do, this is something that you will not schedule it out, and then you will have issues with it. And then guess what? You won't get nothing done. And so this is why it is important that we schedule this stuff out so that way you can make sure that you get it done. Schedule out an hour for getting estimates. Put an hour for 15, maybe 15, 20 minutes for invoices. It's important to get paid. A lot of times we don't get paid because we didn't make that a priority and make that happen. My notifications are shut off. It's why I'm showing up to Jason's live 15 minutes late on average. Booked my first $1,000 plus residential job using your quote it all strategy. Try it as always. Awesome, dude. That is awesome. That is a high five. I struggle with packages when I first started. The first package that my customer will see when they open their quote is the premium, then deluxe, and then last basic. Keep it simple. And that's true, right? A lot of times we don't keep it simple, and we do want them to see that high price first, so that way we don't want to show them the cheapest, and then they never make it down to the less expensive. So we always want to show them the high price one first, and that is very important. A lot of times we don't do that, and so sometimes we want to put that high price one in the middle. So we'll show the actual the second package at the top, and then the middle one will be the premium package, and then the last package is the lowest package. But if you're doing it in person, you always want to show them that high price first. What is the average price per square foot to sand seal pavers? You're looking about $1.75 to about $2.50 a square foot. Um, let's see. You can edit the do not disturb models on iPhone. My sleep one only lets my lady and my boss call and text me, no other notifications. Yeah, and if you don't know that, you can actually set all your notifications. If you pull your phone down on Apple, and you can go down to like quiet time or something, focus time or something, and set who can actually what can come in. And so that's a way that you can turn everything off. So that way you can do this. Only thing I got on is text because my wife got on me, because I had turned it off too. Um, and so that's where it is there. And so my text, which she just texted me, where they're probably waiting for me in the car. and then um, my text, and then my my messenger. Those are the two things that I have turned on that lets me know when messages come in. Just starting out, it's hard enough, the doubts, and I have few people I know saying it's right for me to start since we're in a recession. You know, this is probably one of the hardest things that you can do is start a business. And there's not a lot of cheerleaders out there for you. In fact, there's a lot of people against you. A lot of people will say you're too stupid. They will say you're not smart enough, and don't believe it. I don't believe it. I promise you, you can do this. And you know what? People are still making money right now. Yeah, that you could use that excuse that we're in a recession. You could use all that stuff, and you know what? Are we? Maybe. Is there anything you can do to change it? No. Right? There's nothing you can do to change that. There's nothing that you can do that can help you grow. Right? There's nothing that you can do. But what can you do is to make sure that you are doing the things that you can do this. And like I said earlier, it's not easy starting a business. It's not easy running a business. You know, I've got a guy that did $200,000 last year, and he's wanting to hire people, and he's wanting to do all these other things, and he's struggling like no other. He's like, I would rather go back on the truck and not have any employees and do it myself. It would be way easier for me than me trying to do this. But you know what? If you want to grow and scale, you've got to learn how to do that too. And it's not easy. You know, you might think, well, one day when I get off the truck, I can do this. I'm going to promise you something. Once you get off the truck, it's harder than when you were on the truck, because now you got to be a leader. Now you've got to help and grow people. And so this is something that you have to do. And you're absolutely right. Recession is a mindset, 100% mindset. There ain't nothing you can do to change that. Not there ain't nothing you can do to change that. But you know, most people become millionaires when it's recession. Did you know that? That's a good thought to think about. Most millionaires are made or come out of a recession. And so, with that said, you can't allow that to do that. You can do this. And you know, you might think that it's hard right now starting. Like I said, it gets harder. It's not easy. When you get employees, you're ready to smack somebody upside the head. You're ready to punch some people sometimes. But you know what? It's hard, but if you do it, it can be the best thing ever that you do. So, with that, um, hopefully, I told her where it is, and now see if this is going to come back. Why did you? Crap. Hello. Am I still on or not? I don't know if I'm on or not. I always think about Dana White, UFC COVID, all she did. So I don't know if I'm on or not. Um, and I didn't even laugh out. See you later, Jason. Go with your family. You're on. Okay. So the one I'm stuck here. The one last thing I want to hit on is I do have in-person training coming up, and we are doing pressure washing, and we're also doing let me think about it. Um, um, Permanent lighting. So if you want to learn how to do permanent lighting, you can definitely go check that out. And that permanent lighting, you can go to kpwtrain.com, or you can go to kingofpressurewash.com. And that way you can see what you can learn about Monday Night Marketing, and you can see the step by step that you need. And that is a definitely way that you can grow your business and get to the next level. So I hope I can see you at the next in person live.